Good day, everybody. This is Coach Steve, the Happy Prof, and I am happy. And I'm here to help you be happy too with our latest edition of the Happy Profcast, a podcast about happiness. Our topic this week is, what is the number one question I get asked? Wow. So backtrack here a little bit. Whenever anybody finds out what I do for a living, whether it's I meet them at a social event or I meet them on the golf course or wherever, they, usually ask, hey, so what do you do for a living? Blah, blah, blah. And I tell them that I teach positive psychology at Westchester University. And they ask me, oh yeah, what's that about? And I tell them it's about happiness and well-being and living the good life. If you listen to last week's episode, you'll understand what the definition of happiness is and what that's all about. So I talk to them about that and they say, wow, what is one thing I can do to help my son or daughter be happier? What is one thing that I can do to help them be happier? I get this question asked all the time. And I've got 2-word answer for them. Be grateful. Be grateful. And I tell them gratitude is a very powerful tool. Let's talk about what gratitude is. Gratitude is something you feel when you feel you have been the recipient of someone else's positive actions. So you feel this is a feeling inside of you. Someone did something nice for you, something kind for you, whatever. And you have this feeling inside that you appreciate it, that you are loved because they did something for you. You are cared for, that you mean something, right? And there's different levels of gratitude, from being, just very simple thank you. Someone did something nice, held the door for you, right? That's one thing. Someone goes out of their way. You're not feeling well. They go out of their way and they make you dinner and they bring it to your house and, take care of you, whatever. There's all different types of levels of gratitude. But why gratitude? One reason why gratitude is important is because we savor the experience then. I mentioned this last week. When we savor the experience, we make the experience last longer. And when we make the experience last longer, it fills us up with more joy and more happiness. Makes us feel more important in life, right? We talked last week about the hedonic treadmill and how our happiness goes in spikes, goes up and down, goes up and down. You get a new car, you love it for a while, and then next thing you know, after a while, you're not as excited about getting in the car, right? Or a new pair of shoes or a new sweater or a new hat or whatever it is, that excitement goes away. Well, when we are grateful for this item, we express it, whether it's verbally or written down, we savor that experience longer and it lasts longer. So the positive feelings are extended and it increases our overall happiness and well-being. Why do we want to be grateful? Well, it leads to more satisfaction with life. When you think back on your day and all of the good things that happened, it's like, wow, today was actually a pretty good day. I thought I didn't have a good day, but when I look at it, I see that this happened and this happened and this happened. I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for that. It's like, wow, today was pretty good. So it leads to more life satisfaction because it opens our eyes up to everything that did happen. It also leads to more pro-social behavior. When you are grateful for good things happening to you, you are more prone to go out and do good things for other people. It's that snowball effect. Good things happen to you, you're feeling very positive from it, you pass it on. Some physical things, you get better sleep at night. When you are grateful, here's what we do in our house. We go through our gratefuls at the end of the day when we're laying in bed. And here's the difference between what we do and what some other people do. I've heard out there that people, when they get to bed, they sit there and they talk about their day and the troubles and the difficulties, and then, oh, what's tomorrow got in store for you? Oh my gosh, I got this and I got that. And oh my God, oh, tomorrow's going to be a rough day. All right, good night. And then they try to sleep and they got all this negativity, all this negative energy going through their brain. And it's like, wow. They wake up the next morning after tossing and turning and all this kind of stuff. They're like, man, I didn't get a good night's sleep. I wonder why. I wonder why. When I go to bed at night, my wife and I, we talk about what we're grateful for. We end the day with gratitude. And we talk about everything from grateful for my wife making a super yummy, delicious dinner to maybe something really deep or something simple, doesn't matter. So then I go to sleep like that. I mean, I'm pretty much knocked out like a light, boom. And I have restful sleep. And I wake up feeling energized. Gratitude increases your vitality, improves your sleep, and improves your vitality. So I highly recommend doing your gratitude, writing it down or saying it verbally or going through it in your head even at the end of the day. And gratitude also leads to optimism, because when you're noticing good things are happening to you, it's like, wow, the good things are happening. Life is good. I can't believe this. More good things are happening. Instead of focusing on the negative and ruminating on all the negative that's going on, we don't want that. We don't want that. Negativity brings about negativity. Positivity brings about positivity. Focus on the good, and more good will happen. In fact, just to show you, study done. Robert Emmons from University of California in Davis. They had 1,000 randomly assigned adults, and they did this gratitude study. And the results basically were the people who were grateful were happier. They spent more time exercising, which is cool. We talked about that last week. They did more preventative health steps to make sure that your body stays well. They're more energetic, alert, and enthusiastic. You got to like that. I've always said, and I'm not the one who created this quote, but it's like having gratitude and not expressing it is like buying someone a present and not giving it to them. What's the point? Share it. Share the love. Gratitude is love. Okay. Another study by the Heart Math Institute they did an appreciative intervention, significantly boosted the immune system. So they did this intervention on appreciation, gratitude, and they found that the people who did the gratitude, did this appreciation, their immune system was increased. Their positive mood increased, their vitality increased, their general well-being increased. And what did decrease? There were some things that decreased: blood pressure, stress hormones, and depression. So we've got positive effects on our health. Positive effects, good things get better, bad things go down. Now, what else happens with gratitude? Well, let's talk about it here. Positivity, we mentioned that enhances the experience through the savoring, right? So we want to make sure that when we talk about it, you may forget what happened earlier on in the day. Somebody did something good, but when you sit back at the end of the day and you focus like, okay, what happened? And you go through your day, it's like, oh yeah, so-and-so did this for me. I got a kind note. I got an email from so-and-so thanking me for doing X, Y, and Z. So now you are enhancing that experience. Not only did you live that experience when it first happened, Now you're experiencing it again, and more positive vibes, more positive energy comes through. Well, how do I use gratitude? Do I just say to everybody, I'm thankful for them? I'm grateful for you. Thank you. I appreciate you. All that kind of stuff. Well, that is fantastic. But there are other ways that you could do it too. Um, a lot of people do pray before their meals. You could do some kind of include something in your ritual, your routine, and have everybody right before you eat, after you say your prayers, or even if you don't pray, just say before you eat, say something that you're grateful for that day. Spread the positivity, get some conversation going, right? Put the phones down, talk, say, have everybody go through and say one thing that they're grateful for that happened that day. And then maybe it will elicit some conversation and some positivity, some positive vibes and positive energy during the dinner. You and a friend could do a little game called gratitude ping pong, where you go back and forth about what you're grateful for that day, right? You could even talk about it, make it specifically for each other, what you're grateful for. Good friends would have to do something like this, someone who knows each other, or you just go on back and forth of what you're grateful for. A couple of things that I assign in my class for gratitude. One is a gratitude visit, And this is where you go visit someone, let them know ahead of time, hey, we're going to get together. I want to get together with you. The day is yours, the hour is yours, the period is yours, whatever it is that you want to do. Let's get together. Let's go out to dinner. Let's do whatever. Let's just chat on the phone, whatever it is, preferably in person. And then when you're there, talk from the heart and tell them why you're grateful for them. Tell them why you're grateful for them. It is a very powerful experience. Now, this is something you have to think about ahead of time. You just don't do it on the spur of the moment, but the words come in the moment. The feelings come in the moment. A very, very positive experience. The second assignment I give my students is a gratitude letter. And this is where you write everything down on paper first. And this, I think, is the most powerful assignment I give to my students. And without a doubt, gets the best reaction from the students, gets the best responses, the best reactions from the people that they do it for. Most of the people want to keep the letter. And here you get positive energy and positive vibes multiple times throughout the experience. One, when you're writing this letter, going through all these positive vibes, and the responses I get from my students is like, oh my God, I can't believe I got emotional while writing this letter, remembering all the good things that this person did for me. And then they deliver the letter, they hand deliver it. They can either read it to them or they let them read it themselves. But you want to be in the same room when you do this gratitude letter thing. And during that experience, when you're reading that letter to the person or they're reading it themselves, then there's that connection between the two people and the love. And I can't tell you how many times there are happy tears between the two people. Some people are very emotional and that happens. Some people are not as emotional. It doesn't happen, but the positive vibes and energy is incredible. And then lastly, when the experience is over and you're reflecting back on it, the positive vibes and the positive energy is very powerful. I can't tell you how many times I've had students say to me, I'm going to keep doing these letters. I know I'm not getting a grade for it, but I'm just going to keep doing these letters. This is the most powerful experience I've had in college. I think every student should have to do a gratitude letter, should have to do this assignment. And that's what they say to me. It's what they write in their reflection paper. So I highly, highly, highly recommend that. And you don't even have to do a full letter. You've got like birthdays, put a gratitude note, a paragraph or so in there. Birthdays, Mother's Day, Father's Day, holidays, whatever it is, or just send a card to someone. Being in person is really powerful too. Another assignment that I give them is a gratitude journal. And this is where they have to write down something on a daily basis of what they're grateful for and why. And one of the questions I get from students is, that's not easy. And what if I don't have anything to be grateful for? And I was like, okay, I understand there are some days that are really challenging, but you could be, if you've got clothes on your back, you could be grateful you have clothes on, right? If you ate today, you could be grateful you had food. Not everybody gets to eat every day. Get something to drink. Not everybody gets something to drink every day. Grateful you have clean water. Not everybody has clean water to drink, right? You got a roof over your head. Not everybody has a roof over their head. There are things that we take for granted every day that we should be grateful for. So we need to sit down. Sit down and do this. And I'll tell you a real personal story with gratitude. Several years ago, my youngest sister passed away. It was, without a doubt, the worst day of my life. She was in her mid 40s and she had 2 young kids, and she passed away from cancer. And I was angry, I was sad, heartbroken. But at the end of the day, when it came time to say our gratefuls, I had a lot to be grateful for that day. I had a lot to be grateful for. Grateful for the 40 some years I had with my younger sister. Grateful for her husband, who took such great care of her when she was sick. Grateful for the hospice people, the nurses, the friends of the family, all this stuff. I mean, you would think that day would be a day I'm like, screw it, I'm not doing my gratitude. But I did. And even though it was a challenging day, there was a lot to be grateful for. So we could always, you see this quote all the time, there's always something to be grateful for. And there is, if you look at it, if you take the opportunity to look for it, there is something to be grateful for. Now, some other things, some other different ways that you could do to be grateful, to be nice, quick, short, sweet, simple. You do a gratitude text message to someone, right? I have my students do this in class. It's like, okay, everybody take out your phones. Quick, send a text message to someone in your family or friend, someone that you care about. Text them that you're grateful for them for whatever reason. And let's see what their response is. And it is so funny. I can't tell you how many times the response when students will text their parents, one of their parents, the response is, what do you want? What do you need? And what that shows is we don't express our gratitude enough to our friends and family and loved ones. We need to tell them more often. So you could do a text message, gratitude text message. You could do, there are e-cards that you could do, gratitude e-cards. Posts on social media, post it to their page, right? That you're grateful for them, or send them a message of some sort. Without doubt, one of the most powerful tools that we have. And if we express our gratitude on a regular basis and we mean it, don't just be like, yeah, I'm grateful for my house, I'm grateful for my clothes, I'm grateful. Really mean it. Put positive energy into it. Put your emotions into it. You'll get a great result when that happens. I promise you. One thing I tell people is, how can you expect to get more in life if you're not grateful for what you have already? We need to appreciate what we already have if we desire to get more in life. Here is another good quote, one that I absolutely love, especially when students or people say, I don't have much to be grateful for. Here's the quote. I complained and complained that I had no shoes until I came across a man who had no feet. There's always someone out there who has it worse than us. We need to be grateful for what we do have. Very important. wraps up this episode of the Happy Profcast. I hope this podcast was beneficial to you and helped increase your happiness. Remember, our mantra this year is be grateful, be kind, be happy. Now go out there and make it a happy day.